I thought it was going to be very wishy-washy and faffing about a lot. Yeah, I was a bit sceptical at the start.
I was very sceptical. I don't know if you two were, but I think I was wasn't sure what I'd get out of it and stuff like that.
My principal impression was that the students had really enjoyed themselves, that they had got a tremendous amount out of this course. And just having spoken to them over beer and wine, is quite clear that they have got a hell of a lot out of it. A hell of a lot. There were lots of risks taken in this course. All of us involved actually were taking risks. But to some extent those risks were minimised, partly by Piero going around and talking to all the students in advance of the course, making sure that they knew what they were getting into and that they bought into it. He wasn't going to tolerate anybody who was coming along under sufferance. And of course he's done a hell of a lot of preparation with all the class tutors, getting across his vision for the course. And that certainly helped as well. So, you know, given that there was so much preparation, it's not been a great surprise actually that it's been a fantastic success. As far as we can tell, I mean, we will know for sure once we see the feedback. And there's also the thought that we won't really know for maybe a year or two actually just how much of an impact this has had on the students. It takes time for these things to work their way through, but certainly the initial impression I've had just from talking to students from all three CDTs has been incredibly positive. I'm really optimistic.
I hooked up with a lady called Dr. Claire Rocks, who was working with University of West of England, helping to sort of bring sort of academic connections to Bloodhound. She emailed me one day to say, look, what about this opportunity to come through? I think Piero had tried to sort of engage the project for some time before. And so she sort of put it past me, and she knew I had a fairly strong sort of academic relationship background with my sort of aerospace space. So I looked at the course and the things that Piero sort of asked in sort of email history. I thought it was probably a good idea. So I said, yeah, let's have a look at it.
It was a lot of fun, but definitely very enjoyable, and learnt a lot. I think definitely it was good to enjoyed the variety of tasks. You know, we didn't just get bogged down with the whole Bloodhound thing. It was good to.
On the course itself, in terms of what I've learned to build on my success. You know, celebrate that a lot more, and I've met really nice people, and I feel confident within myself now that my interpersonal and intrapersonal skills have improved significantly.
Brilliant. It was just a really positive time, a really helpful time to reflect on myself and also as a team, and also it was quite uplifting, a lot of the stuff we did. We got to set these projects, and then we, in a short period of time, completely did as much as we could to do it quickly, efficiently, well, and we did, and it was really inspiring in terms of, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do it if we put our minds to it. So yeah, so loads, it was brilliant, really good.
We did a lot of self-reflection and stuff like that, so I got to know myself a lot better, believe it or not. I really enjoyed the fact that we got treated like grown-ups and individuals at the same time, so that was really good. Usually we're just...
Maybe I've realised that my interpersonal skills are actually quite good, and that there's other sides on how I work in a team that need to improve in other ways that I maybe didn't realise before.
Vague, and I was really impressed and surprised how pinned down this course had things like from seeing yourself, seeing your teammates, working on your own, working in a team, being a leader, giving presentations, really key things, and I was really impressed, and I'm very pleased that I'm on this course. I was on this course.
I think one of the things I'll take away is the importance of feedback and how to give effective feedback. But I think it was less that I've gained strategies and more that I've gained some questions that I want to ask myself when I leave.
I suppose it's getting the feedback from other people, and other people especially in your team as well, so you can find out how you work and maybe it's not how you thought you were perceived, and it's good to know things that you want to be seen as. Sometimes you are actually, like, people do see that in you more than you think you're expressing it, and
you're making a mistake if you don't go.
Definitely go. I'd say, yeah.
definitely go.
Yeah. It's definitely worthwhile. Yeah. Forget 3 days, take off the week and just come to us.
I'd strongly encourage any other PhD students, if they have the opportunity to go to a course like this, to take it and to put as much effort into it as possible when they're at the course as well, because it really depends on you what you make of it, and the more you put in a sense, the more you will actually get back as well.
So I was actually a student on the very first CDT when the very first precursor to this course happened. And the course really stays with me, and what actually matters more than the 3 fun days we had was when we all graduated 3 years later, actually the conversation we had over a glass of wine was looking back and seeing what a difference that course had actually made. And yes, you know, our research career, you know, was good, and that was influenced by many other things. But the collaborations that we had built, the ability we had to communicate our research, and actually the way in which we managed ourselves and our supervisors was really impacted by courses like this. And in fact, it's part of the reason why I wanted to become a tutor and why I'm here working here on this week. This week for me has been a great success, but actually, you know, that's not a surprise to me, because there are some wonderful tutors here, supported by very able academic colleagues with a set of relevant material that was both focused on what the students wanted and on what they needed. And actually I think the feedback bears that out, and I'm actually very proud to be a member of this team and of the work that we've done here this week.